I'm India, and this is my podcast, the very first episode of my unnamed currently podcast. Um, I've been thinking about starting this podcast for a long time, but I just kept waiting for myself to feel ready or for me to have the perfect setup, the perfect equipment, the perfect schedule. And today I just decided to go ahead and do it. So here we are. If you're someone who has tons of ideas, and you're really creative, and you've got a lot of potential, but you struggle with actually making things happen, you're not alone. I'm one of those. And I've gotten a lot done over my 30 years, but I wanted to do so much more, and I had time to do so much more. So, in the spirit of just getting stuff done and diving right in, here we are. India's first podcast episode. All right, so confession time. We're just going to have a little solo focus group here. I have a million ideas. Like I said, my notes app is full of so many app ideas. I have like 5 unfinished novels that I don't work on every day. I struggle to get them out because I just keep telling myself that things need to be perfect, or I just need to be ready, or like the timing has to be right, which is BS. It is. It's bullshit. But here we are. And I want to talk about how I got here. So, like I said, I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while. I've had people tell me I have a great voice for it. I've had people recommend doing a podcast to me, and I thought it was a great idea. I thought of it organically. But over the past few weeks, it's been different because I've had a lot of time free, and yeah, I just decided to get started. I didn't do anything special. I started this podcast because when I was in my 20s, I didn't have anybody that I could go to and just get advice or to share my problems and actually be heard out and actually get good advice. I make it a point not to get advice from anybody who I don't respect and like have a desire to be like, if that makes sense. Like, if Susan is in a toxic relationship, I'm not getting relationship advice from Susan. So I also just didn't have a lot of good role models. And I'm not saying that I'm the perfect role model, but I'm hoping that someone out there will resonate with what I'm saying, get something from it. And if you don't, well, maybe this podcast isn't for you. Time will tell. So that's why I'm here. But let's talk about you. So if you're like me, you might be using perfectionism as a crutch. Have you ever had an idea, like I'll use myself for an example. I wanted to get in shape this year because I had gained like 15 pounds. And I, for whatever reason, felt like I had to have like the perfect outfits and all this equipment at home and special like supplements and all this other jazz and a fancy gym membership. And I also wanted to do it with my friends and family. And of course, those things take time. It's hard for all of that to line up. None of my friends and family wanted to do this with me. So I just wound up doing it myself. And it went great. I like did a complete 180 in 30 days. I lost 12 pounds. I feel better than ever. And in a way, I became the example for some of my friends and family, like my older sister. Ever since then, she's been in the gym every day, and that felt amazing, just knowing that I could, help her, even though it didn't happen the way that I wanted it to, like us doing it together. In a way, we did support each other. So I had to take the time to actually get there. Perfectionism is just fear in red bottoms. That's it. Perfectionism is just fear and red bottoms. Perfectionism without consistent conscious action is literally just fear and red bottoms. Because a real perfectionist will not be able to stop working on it. You keep adding to it. If I'm building a house and I'm a perfectionist, I'm going to keep laying bricks every day, every chance that I get. And I know this because I've been in that state. I've been in that flow state where I just keep going and going and going until it is perfect. And I've also been in my procrastination / fear state where I keep saying it has to be perfect, but I'm really just not doing anything. I'm just kind of waiting and using the perfectionism as a crutch or an excuse to not get started or to not make progress. Just saying. Even if you are a true perfectionist, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Example, I've had this idea for an app and I've actually been working on it every day, surprisingly. And the old me would not have released even the beta or the testing version because it wasn't perfect. The new me just released an MVP, one single feature, and it's not perfect, but it is a start. I am laying the bricks. I'm climbing that ladder. So my point is, you have to stop waiting for things to happen to you. You have to stop making excuses. If you really want to do something, then just go ahead and do it. If you want to earn $1,000, well, you have to earn $1 1,000 times, or you have to earn $10 100 times, or you have to earn $100 10 times. However you want to break that down, you have to do something. I know a lot of people who say they want to save up for something, but because the thing is so expensive, they don't even start. They don't even start. And of course it never happens because you didn't start. They keep waiting for the money to just fall into their lap or something. And that doesn't happen because that's not typically how things go. You have to do it. You have to take control of your life. You have to take ownership of your goals and your dreams and your situation. Make that thing happen. It may not be easy, but if you want it badly enough, then that won't matter. It shouldn't matter. So all of that to say, whether it be like a podcast or you want to write a book or you have this amazing artistic masterpiece in mind or you want to start a business, start. Start messy, start imperfect, start without a ring light or without even a tripod. Literally I'm just filming with my phone sitting on a pencil case. But I started, and that's what matters. And you'll get better along the way. I promise you, you will get better. Because I have rinsed and repeated that process for so many other things in my life. The fitness. I don't want to go too far off on a tangent, but in buying my house. I had talked about buying a house for years, but until I just got tired of apartment living and really buckled down, no progress was made. And you might fall off. I might miss the gym for a day or two, but then I go back and I keep on building. So, final words. Start messy, but start. Perfectionism is just procrastination wearing Louboutins, okay? And I love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to my first podcast, because obviously I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm proud of myself for starting. And I'm proud of you because I think that this landed on your For You page or your suggestions because you want to do something. You've been thinking about making a change or thinking about doing something, and you hopefully have decided to stop being passive. That's it. Go do something. See you. That's literally